Welcome inside Horsburgh Gymnasium. We are on the campus of Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio for tonight's women's non-conference basketball matchup. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. December is knocking on the November door. As a matter of fact, in Cleveland today, people woke up to winter. There was snow everywhere. It's a beautiful night to be a snowman or an icicle. Mount Union Purple Raiders in town to take on the Spartans of Case Western Reserve University. This is Mount with the basketball. The shot by Nash, and that's a rebound by Emily Plachta. Plachta with the basketball for the Spartans. They come into this game, they've played 6 so far. They've won 3 and they've lost 3. Trying to win at home tonight, and they play on Friday night back here in the Veal Athletic Center at Horsburgh Gymnasium as well. Chiraklus to the basket and lost the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Ron. The Spartans coming off a win over against Allegheny on the road. They want to keep that momentum going. That was a big win for them, 18-point win coming off a big loss that they had. If they can get on the right track here early, they'll be in good shape the next couple games at home.
Inside, and that's a bunny for Michaela Dunkel. Dunkel with the first basket of the night. Little full court press in the backcourt. This is the first-year point guard, Harchis, with the basketball. Maya Harchis from Wisconsin. She'll run the point. There's a foul on the baseline. It will go against the Purple Raiders. Fouls on Michaela Dunkel. And for Michaela, that is her first foul.
Yeah, Ron, and one other thing the Spartans want to do, they want to get going early. They want to get good mid-range shots that are open for them. They haven't shot particularly well all season, and they want to certainly improve that here early if they can get going with easy shots from about 12, 15 feet.
Nice drop step by Chiraklus, and a real nice block that's called as a foul on Michaela Dunkel. And for Dunkel, that's her second foul in the first couple of minutes of this basketball game. So she will take a seat. Head coach Susie Bennett, the veteran leader of the Purple Raider women's basketball program in her 19th year, will bring Dunkel out.
That's a big blow. Dunkel's got 6 rebounds a game this year, along with just under 7 points a game. So that's a big loss if she's going to be out, especially in this first half. They want to get her back in the game as soon as they can, but 2 fouls early, not a good situation for Mount Union.
Fighting for the rebound for the Spartans, keeping it alive was Morgan McAuliffe. It went off a Purple Raider. So Chiraklus, 1 of 2 from the foul line. 2-1, Mount Union. Just a couple of minutes gone in this women's college basketball game from Horsburgh Gymnasium. This is Sarah Mitchell with the basketball. Mitchell out top, the senior. Catch, shoot, knocks it down. Sarah Mitchell from Lone Tree, Colorado, with her first points of the afternoon, or evening, I should say. It is dark outside.
Yeah, those are the type of shots the Spartans are going to want. Mitchell doing a nice job capitalizing on that early.
Good ball movement. Mount Union out top. Purple Raiders come into this basketball game averaging 72 points per game in their first 4. Comes Plachta the other way after a turnover by Mount Union. This is Mitchell. Sarah creates the look for Chiraklus, and Kayla gets it to drop over the front of the rim.
Yeah, I talked to Kayla Chiraklus earlier this week, and one thing she told me is that she's been able to work on her mid-range game, especially bringing in new players, a couple grad transfers who we'll see taking over that 5 spot. That allows her to get more comfortable, but even here when she's in the 5, she shows her range getting out of the paint.
Nice cut, great court vision that time. Elizabeth Mason found Brooklyn Mosier, and Mosier got the easy end of it thanks to the great line of sight from Liz Mason. This is Plachta for 3, and Emily Plachta knocks down her first shot. Ball's knocked off a Spartan. Mount's going to keep it. Haley Haywood comes into the basketball game for Mount Union. Haywood, a 5'8 junior guard. She's out of Barberton, Ohio, and she replaces Allie Hudick. Hudick from Menor, Lake Catholic. Home of the Cougars. This is Haywood with the basketball.
Yeah, I'm surprised Haywood didn't take that catch and shoot right there. They're going to set up and continue with that ball movement.
Day Nash, crossover dribble out top, step back, lefty three, left it short. Chiraklus with the rebound. Here comes Hartjes the other way. Maya looking for a teammate, finds one. That's McAuliffe, and missed it long.
McAuliffe's going to be aggressive too. She scored 10 points out of 16 in the first quarter in that game against Allegheny. So if she can get going, that'll be a huge boost for this offense.
Mount Union's only loss this year in 4 games was to Oberlin College. The Yo women put a hurt on the Purple Raiders. That's Day with a real nice drive. Nash with her first bucket. Talking to Coach Reimer before the game about Oberlin College, and she said when they scrimmaged Oberlin this year, if Oberlin makes their shots, she said they can light it up. That's an air ball by Plakta. 8-6, home team. Spartans over the Purple Raiders.
And a lot of substitutions for Mount Union here. And try and keep these players fresh and in the rotation. On the other hand, the Spartans sticking with that starting lineup. I'm interested to see how that progresses as the game goes on.
Lily Sweeney now in, the 5'2 senior guard from Sylvania Northview, and she joins Sierra Schlosser also in the basketball game. This is Haywood with it out top. And that's Sweeney working it inside on the block.
Long rebound. I think that's going to be Purple Raiders ball.
And they're going to say Mount Union will keep it.
Yeah, it looked like it went off of Chiraklus' foot, I believe, and here the Spartans get into their rotation now.
A couple of subs in for Case Western. Kate Montgomery, the 6'2 grad student at center. And Jordan Call the first year out of Los Angeles. 5'7 guard. She's playing defense right now. Haywood will dribble right, take a shot off the glass, and Haley knocks it down. Game's tied at 8.
They're going to continue to go full court press, trying to force turnovers here. Force the Spartans to make a mistake.
Mitchell splits the defense, floater up, drops in for the senior. Sarah Mitchell has 4, and her team's up 2. It's 10-8, 5:14 left first quarter. This is Tess Conroy out top for Mount Union from Cuyahoga Heights. Purple Raiders roster-wise are young. 7 on the shot clock. Conroy missed the shot, and Mitchell got the rebound.
That's great defense by the Spartans. One thing with a lot of new players coming in, one of the hardest things to do is set up your defense and get a rhythm and a chemistry going on that side of the ball, and they're doing it well here to start this one off. They need to keep this going, especially as they continue to rotate players in the lineup.
Mitchell drawing the defense. Little drop step. Beautiful scoop shot with the left hand. Sarah Mitchell's got 6.
That's one thing. When you do have all these new players and you're getting this full court press, a lot of action against you, got to go to your experienced players, and those players have to make plays in big moments.
Jordan Call almost with a pick. Had the steal, stepped on the sideline. Mount Union will keep it. It's 12-8. Spartans over the Purple Raiders. Midway through the opening quarter on a late November night in northeastern Ohio. Schlosser is going to shoot free throws. Fouls on Chiraklus for Kayla. That's her first. Sierra Schlosser, a 5'11 sophomore from Bishop Ready High School in Galloway.
Well, Ron, another interesting thing about this matchup for Coach Jennifer Reimer, her first coaching job was actually at Mount Union, so a bit of a personal game for her too, getting back at her former team.
Chiraklus out top. Montgomery, good ball movement, 3 in the air, and dropped for Margaret Terry. Terry, the senior point guard out of Oakland Catholic High School in Pittsburgh, hits the 3. Her team's up 5. It's the largest lead of the night, and it's an early night. And matching Terry's 3 is Brooklyn Mosier. Mosier has 5 points off the bench.
Yeah, and that's huge because we talked about they had to sub out Michaela Dunkel early. She was in foul trouble, so if Mosier can get going, that's going to be a huge boost for Mount Union on their end.
Montgomery with a nice catch and shoot on the baseline. Montgomery with good defense inside.
They've switched to more of a man defense now.
Triplett gonna throw one up, didn't get the 3. Chiraklus with another rebound. Corner 3, bingo. That's Jordan Call. Call, the first-year guard, is on the board tonight. Her team's up 7.
And they've got 3 threes. That's big. That's a category that they have struggled at all season, is shooting threes.
Catch, shoot, Triplett trying to get the 3, doesn't get it. Ball's loose. Here comes Mount Union. Sweeney won't go. Ball kept alive. Triplett kicks it. This is Conroy. Back to Triplett. Another try and another miss. Chiraklus with another rebound. Call with it. Catch, shoot, Hartjes, 3 short. Chiraklus with hustle, chased it down, and going to get called for a foul inside is Tess Conroy. It's going to be Tess's first.
There we go, a lot more subs coming in for Mount Union now. And they're continuing to keep their players as fresh as possible. It'll be interesting to see as we get into the 3rd and 4th quarter if the Spartans are going to keep the main 6 or 7 players out there. If Mount Union's a little bit more fresh, if this game stays close, could have an impact.
Mount's young, so I think Susie Bennett is trying to see what she's got.
That as well. And she's had a lot of young players already making big plays.
And stepping on the baseline was Elizabeth Mason. That's real good defense that time by Morgan McAuliffe. Raiders will come out in a press. This is Margaret Terry, the senior. She has spent a lot of game time on the hardwood playing the position she's at right now, point guard. Montgomery on the block, right block, working hard. Glass shot good, and Kate's going to shoot a free throw. Well, Kate Montgomery just took her 6'2" frame and said, I'm going. Try to stop me.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough for Mount Union. It's going to be tough for anybody who faces the Spartans this year trying to box out Kate Montgomery in the paint because she has such great size and she's such a physical player. She knows how to use that size to her advantage. It's something she did in her undergrad career as well, and it's translated nicely into this Spartan role.
Montgomery's got 5. Spartans up 10. Nash, good ball movement out top. Hudick, Alley will shoot it, missed it long. Triplett comes down with a rebound.
Mount Union just
scoop shot that Montgomery pulls down.
There's 1 for 7 now shooting threes.
Emily Plachta, hesitation dribble, glass, and it won't go, but Emily will shoot free throws. Well, a nice little slowdown on a dribble by Plachta allowed her to take it baseline.
And the Spartans doing a nice job getting to the line. That's also going to be something that they want to improve, is getting there and then converting, shooting in about 70% as a team.
Emily on the year, just been there 6 times in 6 games. She's 50-50.
Ron, one other thing you talked about earlier, this is a Mount Union team that scores about 72 points a game. The Spartans right now just allowing 13. They need to stay on that schedule and keep Mount Union off the board and out of their rhythm.
Dede Nash with speed, a little floater over Montgomery, got her own rebound. And she'll shoot free throws. Ball's on Plachta. That's Emily's first. This is Day Nash, the 5'3" junior guard from Akron-Buchtel High School. Day on the season, 2 of 5, now 2 of 6 from the foul line in 4 games. And missed them both. Mount's going to get another look. Montgomery with a block. Shot blocked out of bounds. Elizabeth Mason took it baseline, tried to get that reverse lay-in.
That's another thing you get with having Montgomery in that 5 spot. It's just range there, especially when you have guards driving in, trying to hit tough shots like that. Good luck getting that over Montgomery.
Had 5 blocks coming into tonight. So she's adding to that total. Spartans up 12. We're inside a minute left in the first quarter. Chasing that long 3 down is Jordan Call. This is Montgomery. And good defense. Allie Hudick will dribble it up. Triplet out top. This is Nash. Game clock's at 35. Nash in the block. Beautiful. Nash came off a screen. Triplet found her, and Day had a layup. Mount's going to get it back.
Yeah, and that's what they've been trying to do. They need to force these turnovers for the Spartans, especially now that they're playing from behind. If they can steal a couple more of these possessions, close out the gap here in the first half, it'll certainly help them out going into the second, especially giving these young players a boost in their morale.
This is Mason with Margaret Terry on her. Now with the basketball is Hudick. Allie will use the rim, won't drop. Call the other way. 5 seconds. Margaret Terry dribble, shoot. She'll miss it left. And that will end the first quarter. Day Nash fired it up and almost went. Wow. I think she's surprised even herself as to how close that got. She chucked that thing from, I don't know, it wasn't half court. It was a little bit deeper.
Beyond, past
and
the logo.
Yeah, it almost went. 10 minutes in the books. Spartans up 10, 25-15. We'll be back. (25-15). Case Western Reserve over Mount Union as we head into the second quarter. Sarzucci, my extremely capable partner. My name's Ron Yantz. Happy to bring you Spartan women basketball. And we'll bring it all season long. It'll really kick into high gear at the turn of the new year when the University Athletic Association play starts. We'll have multiple cameras, replay, graphics, everything. Emily thought about shooting it. This is Harchis, hesitation. Plachta will catch, shoot, and drop it. Emily Plachta has got 8. and that includes 2 threes.
And the Spartans now up to 45% from 3 today. If they get hot from there, it's going to be a long game for Mount Union on the defensive end.
Dribble drive. Kicks. Nash knocks it down. Day-Day Nash with 7.
And they needed that. Mount Union was 1 for 8 shooting threes in the first quarter. So they need to start getting these chunk plays, getting those 3 points at a time. Getting 3-point plays from the paint as well would help them out a lot here.
Mitchell saw Hartjes, and Maya just missed a bunny. Emily Plachta will catch, shoot, misses it long. How about Chiraklis? Kayla's got the rebound, and she's going to go to the foul line. Chiraklis in the first 10 minutes had 4 rebounds. Make it 5 now with that one.
Yeah, and especially when Montgomery's off the floor, when Chiraklis is down in that 5, she's the tallest player on the floor right now for both teams. So she has that advantage, but she's also got the advantage of experience. We talked about the young players that are on the floor for Mount Union. They're facing a tough challenge in Kayla Chiraklis, who, by the way, is coming off her career high in scoring in that game against Allegheny.
Kayla's a shooter from the foul line, averaging 71% on the season. She's 3 of 4 so far tonight. She's got 5 points, and her team's up 12 at 30-18. This is Nash in the backcourt with Hartjes applying the pressure. Maya Hartjes playing hard out top. Ball kicked. Mount will keep it. Checking in for the Purple Raiders, Tess Conroy. Conroy had active minutes in the first quarter. And she'll get the basketball. Hudik. This is Conroy out top. 4 to shoot. Nash will dribble and shoot it. Missed it long. Purple Raiders will keep it. That long rebound coming hard off the rim on a long 3. On the block, Chiraklis and Plachta. Great defense. Conroy, baseline. Shot clock's at 5. Hudik gonna have to force one. It almost went.
They're doing well. Mount Union are getting offensive rebounds 8 times, but just 2 second chance points still.
McCullough shot was blocked. She got it back, and they're going to say the foul was on the floor. Foul's on Mason. That's Elizabeth's first. Foul on the floor, not a shooting foul, so Sarah Mitchell will inbound it.
Spartans might try to throw it up top and get another 3 look here.
McAuliffe, catch, shoot, left that one real short. Here comes Conroy with it. 30-18, Spartans over the Purple Raiders. Top of the key, and that's a 3 for Brooklyn Mosier. Mosier's got 8, including 2 threes. And it's now a single-digit game.
This is a big possession for Mount Union. They need a stop.
Emily Plachta. She's got 11. She's got 3 threes. Man.
And the starting lineup today, and she's really showing why.
That's sweet stroke. Mason, lefty, won't go. Mitchell. Sarah eyes up, looking down the floor. Here comes the senior. Strong to the lane, Chiraklis. Kayla gets the easy layup. That was a beautiful dribble drive by Sarah Mitchell, the senior, and it turned into a layup for her fellow senior, Kayla Chiraklis. So Chiraklis has 7, Spartans with 35. They're up 14 with 6:49 left in the opening half. We'll be back. Case Western comes into this game 3 wins in 6 games. They won at Waynesburg 69-49. They lost to Marietta at home here, a game that Sarah and I did, 73-45. Boy, Marietta's really good, aren't they,
Yeah,
Sarah?
they looked good for sure. And, coming off a Sweet 16 run last year, they look like they might be back in that conversation again.
Back out of that timeout. Catch and shoot. Long miss. Chiraklus with another rebound. Chiraklus has at least 6 rebounds. She had 4 after a quarter, and I know of 2 for sure here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I've got her down for 6 right now, Ron.
She averages 6.5 a game. This is Montgomery finding the teammate. That's Mitchell. Sarah, strong move. Shot up, and shot good for Sarah Mitchell. Mitchell's got 8.
You talk about Sarah Mitchell, Kayla Chiraklus are the ones kind of taking over right now for the Spartans offensively. It's something Kayla told me earlier this week, as you see her on the defensive end right there, is that this year's a little bit different. They've got a lot more senior leadership. Just in terms of numbers, they have more seniors on the roster, and those captains are able to provide that experience on and off the floor.
Maya Hartjes misses. Here comes Conroy. Tess with the basketball. Looking left, goes behind her. Schlosser looking for a teammate. And it went off Conroy's hands. Couple of subs in, Sar, for the Spartans. Jordan Call back in. Jordan's already hit a 3 tonight. Nia Moore, the junior guard out of Chicago, will check in. Nia wears number 14. She's standing at midcourt. Call will inbound it.
They're going to get that full court press right away once again.
Margaret Terry splitting a double team. Left-hand dribble, going to go all the way. Lay it up. Oh, it came out. Ball was in.
Yeah, looked good for Margaret Terry, but it's a beautiful dribble to get by everyone there.
Chiraklus with defense on the block. Spartans up 16. Catch and shoot. 3 is missed by Mount Union's Brooklyn Mosier, and she hasn't missed many in this first half. She has been red hot. This is Chiraklus looking for a strong move. Montgomery at 6'2" will shoot the long shot, and here comes Mount Union the other way. Purple Raiders have outscored their opponents with 3 wins in 4 games, 72-63, and that's a 3 and a needed one for the Purple Raiders. That's Sierra Schlosser with it. She's got 5 points. So the 16-point lead goes to 13. And Mount with some defense.
And they really need some offense right now, too, especially as we're in this last bit of the second quarter.
Well, I'm not sure how Mosier was not called for the travel. I think she had like several drop steps. But nonetheless, she's going to shoot free throws, so I guess that's what we're going to do. 4:21 left in the first half here from Horsburgh Gymnasium. The Case Western Reserve Spartans 37, the Mount Union Purple Raiders 24. Sarah and I will be back in a moment. Stepping to the foul line for Mount Union will be Brooklyn Mosier. Mosier from Caledonia, River Valley High School. 5'10", freshman. Looking for her 10th point of the first half. And she's got it. Mosier has 10. Her team's got 26. They're down 11.
Mosier averaging just 7 points a game, so this is a big performance from her. She's also a player who's in 4 games gotten 15 minutes a game, and we might see that increase tonight the way she's playing.
Mount Union on a 5-0 run. This is Jordan Call, first-year guard for the Spartans. And losing it again. Boy, there's another turnover for Case Western Reserve.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've seen it on a pass from Montgomery. So maybe one of those chemistry sort of things that we're getting with, new players in the Spartan lineup. How are they going to gel with the players who've existed there and then with other young players coming in? They're going to take her off the floor, and I'm sure Coach Reimer's going to talk to her.
Talking to her right now. Nash from Schlosser. Day looking for a teammate, finds one. This is Hudick. The Mount Union bench was ready to explode. It would have been an 8-0 run if Hudick knocked down that three. This is Call the other way. Spartans need a hoop. They haven't scored in 3 minutes. Jordan Call left it short. Chiraklus tried to save it. Did she? And they'll say it went off a Spartan. Back off the bench, back in the game for Mount Union, Elizabeth Mason. Mason will sub in for Sierra Schlosser. Sierra's got 5 points. 37-26, Case Western over Mount Union. 3:27 left to play in the first half. Backdoor cut to the basket by Nash, and the ball will go off a Purple Raider. Michaela Dunkel back in. You'll remember early, like within the first minute, maybe first 90 seconds, she got 2 fouls and was on the bench in a hurry, but Brooklyn Mosier came in and Brooklyn scored 10 points. Jordan Call left this one long. And down with the rebound is Dunkel.
Yeah, and that's where she excels, is in the rebounding category. So when she's on the floor, you have to imagine Mount Union will get a boost both defensively and in getting those offensive rebounds, but they've got to convert off of them.
Dunkel, ball above her head. Shot clock's at 9. And Dunkel's going to pick up a foul. Just knocking her down was Morgan McAuliffe. McAuliffe, the 5'10 grad student out of Spring Lake, New Jersey. Playing defense with the 6'1 sophomore, Michaela Dunkel. So for Morgan, that's her first foul. Inside 3 minutes to play, first half. Spartans on about a 4-minute drought offensively.
Yeah, and they've got to change that because Mount Union's going to continue to close the gap if they keep giving them more and more chances.
Call will drive, and Jordan will draw a foul. She'll shoot free throws.
And this is a big possession for her. If Call can get to the line and convert both of these, it gets them back in their rhythm. Just getting those 2 points, even though they don't come from the field, it'll get the Spartans back to where they were offensively for most of this first half.
Jordan Call on the year is perfect from the foul line. She's 2 of 2. Limited looks from 15 feet. And that one was strong. Jordan, a first year out of Harvard Westlake High School in Los Angeles. I bet it's not 22 degrees with snow in LA right now.
I would guess warm and sunny, as it often is.
Call's got 4. For Spartans up 12. That's the first point the Spartans have scored since the 6.5-minute mark. Double team trap. Call jumps in the passing lane. Jordan looking. Left hand. Shot off the glass. Won't go. McAuliffe back up. Rolled off. And fighting for the rebound was McAuliffe and Call. And looking like she hurt her ankle is Morgan McAuliffe. She is in pain. And that is not good. She is in a lot of pain. And we're going to take a timeout. So the Spartan training staff, along with assistant coach Matt Howerton, has tended to Morgan McAuliffe, and they were able to get her to the sideline, and they're going to take a look at, we believe it's the right ankle. And I do know this, she's in a lot of pain. You can both see it in her face and hear it in her emotions right now. And she's a very important player for Coach Reimer, a grad student they were very excited about. So we'll wish for the best for Morgan. Trackless will get called for that foul. Mason will get the hoop. That's Elizabeth's first, and she'll shoot a free throw.
And those are Mason's first points of the night. Surprisingly, a player who's second leading scorer on this team, just under 12 points a game. And she needs to start getting in that rhythm. I'm sure she'll be excited if she can turn this into a three-point play.
So Mason makes the three-point play, and it's now a 9-point game. It was 37-21 at the 6:07 mark. It is an 8-1 run for Mount Union right now, and they've got a chance to add even more. Another turnover.
Ron showing off those ball skills. Great catch out here.
Still got it. You know, with McAuliffe out with what looks like an ankle injury, we're reminded that Evie Miller is not playing. She's walking behind us right now in a boot on her right foot. And she's getting differing opinions from the doctors on whether it's a broken bone or not. She's out.
Yeah, and she's their leading rebounder, too. Inactive, and that's a big blow for the Spartans.
She's a 6-foot shot-blocking machine. Maya Roberts, a very talented sophomore guard from Pittsburgh, is down tonight. She's sick. They hope to have her back. So there are 3 players that log significant time not playing tonight for the Spartans. And the cold, cold night from outside continues. Thankfully, Mount Union hasn't been red hot themselves. So it's inside a minute. The lead is down to 9 for the Spartans. It was at 16 at 37-21. This is Montgomery, and that ball is going to be another turnover. What active hands. Triplet and Nash out top, and that's Hudick with it. Alley lobbing it inside. Good ball movement. Real nice defense by Jordan Call. Call stepping into a passing lane. So Sarah Mitchell's going to check back in for the Spartans. Lily Sweeney back in for Mount Union. Day Nash is going to come out. She got smacked in the forehead. And there's an official timeout. They're going to take a look at, I think, the play that Nash got hit on. They're going to look back on video replay and to see if a foul was committed. So while they do that, Sar, we'll take a break. So no changes after the review, says public address announcer Michael Callahan. And we will go with Michael's valued knowledge. And losing the basketball, just flat out lost it. Elizabeth Mason trying to put a move on, and the freshman from Marlington High School in Alliance lost the basketball. The Spartans have scored 1 point in the last 4.5 minutes. They've got 12 seconds as the half is coming to a close. Preet Gill now in the game, and there are 7.2 seconds left on the clock.
Making a shot here really gives the Spartans some more momentum going into halftime. They want to get this up to a 10-point lead or more if they can.
Montgomery setting screens, rolls off of it. Kate's got the basketball. Someone's going to have to shoot it. Preet Gill's going to catch, force up a shot, missed it right. Montgomery didn't get it back up in time. We're going to head to halftime. Spartans go in ice cold. They did not score a basket in the last 6.5 minutes of that first half, but they still hold a 9-point, 38-29 halftime lead. Ron Yance and Sarzucci along with you for Case Western Reserve University women's college basketball. Spartans up 9. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Sar will have first half highlights and we'll lead you into the third quarter.
Western Reserve on top of Mount Union, 38-29. Emily Plachta with 11 points to lead all scorers so far. Sarah Mitchell for the Spartans with 8 more. Kayla Chiraklis with 7 points of her own, along with 6 rebounds. The Spartans started off hot, shooting 69% in the first quarter, but that number dropped to 27% in the second. We also lost Morgan Paula, who was banged up earlier in the game and is out for the rest of this one. On the Mount Union side, Dede Nash, 7 points, 2 boards. The bright spot for them has been Brooklyn Mosier coming in off the bench within the first couple minutes. She's got 10 points, including 2 threes, but overall they've struggled from the field, just 29%, including just 24% from beyond the arc. They've got 9 offensive rebounds as well, but have turned just 2 points off of them. In fact, the Spartans have outscored them in terms of second chance points with just 6 offensive rebounds. The Spartans led by as many as 16 and did not score a field goal in the last 6 minutes and 51 seconds of that first half. Just 1 point in that span off a free throw. But the Spartans have led for 20 minutes in this matchup and are trying to stay on top as they'll start this second half with a 9-point lead. I'll turn it back over to Ron Yantz with the play-by-play.
38-29, your halftime score. Thanks, Sarzucci, with our first half stats. The Spartans over the Purple Raiders as we head into the third quarter from Horsburgh Gymnasium. Take a look at how these two teams got here tonight. Spartans coming off a win at Allegheny, 73-55, the final in that one. Mount Union coming off a loss at home against Oberlin, 75-54. The final in that one, the Purple Raiders had won their first 3 games of the year and then got handled by the Yo women. This is Dede Nash with the basketball. Hudick back to Nash. Shot clock's at 3. Dunkel will shoot and miss it badly. Sarah Mitchell with a one-handed rebound. This is Mitchell the other way. Maya Hart just had 3 assists in the first half, the Spartan point guard. Emily Plachta had the half. She had 11 points, led all scorers. Inside at Chiraklis, Kayla had a mismatch, didn't take advantage of it. Plachta will catch, shoot over Nash, left it short. It's Sarah Mitchell. No, yeah, it was Sarah Mitchell. That's what I thought. Mitchell got the rebound, and Sarah has her 10th point of the game.
Yeah, 2 scorers in double figures for the Spartans, but on the other side, it's Dunkel back in the lineup. We saw her miss on the last possession. Ooh.
Fouls on the Spartans against Maya Harchis. That's Maya's first.
Nash is 0 for 2 from the charity stripe today.
Nash 40% on the season coming into tonight. She's now 0 for 3, so that percentage will drop dramatically. And maybe that's just what she needed to make one. She's got 8. She had 7 points in that first half. It's a 10-point Spartan lead, 40-30. And traveling with the basketball was Chiraklis. As soon as she got it, Nash doubled down on her and unnerved her a little bit, led to the travel.
Yeah, the Purple Raiders forced 9 Spartan turnovers in that first half. It's something they'll have to get back to doing, especially as they try to close this lead.
Nash shot blocked by Montgomery. Here comes Plachta, fill in the middle. Emily to Harchis. And they're looking inside to Montgomery. Kate's got it, finds Emily Plachta open. And Plachta left it short. But Spartans are going to keep it.
And they're going to say it went off of Dunkel. Sarah Mitchell was down there fighting for it.
Yeah, Mitchell's played a real good game so far.
Yeah, of course, 10 points, but she's been all over the floor defensively as well.
Inside Montgomery again with a mismatch, and Kate went up with the left hand, missed the shot, and here comes Mount Union. Mason with it, Elizabeth with the left hand dribble, goes left side. Nash with Harchis on her. This is Triplett trying to get the three, rattled the cage, wouldn't go, and Maya, the first-year point guard, comes down with a rebound. Eyes up, looking at Montgomery, kicks it to Mitchell. 40-30, Spartans with a 10-point lead. And they're going to get a player control foul on Sarah Mitchell.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing about getting those calls is you've got to make sure your feet are set. It's got to be clear. It's got to be for a whole second. And you've got to take that contact head on. It can't be on the side of your body. It's a great job by Day Nash getting in the proper position and getting another Spartan turnover.
Nash will catch, shoot, left it short. Here comes Taraklis to Harchis. Maya with the basketball. Mitchell looking inside to Montgomery. Kate banging bodies, right block, knocked it down. Kate Montgomery's got 7. Spartans up 12.
A lot slower in their possessions here in the second half for Mount Union.
6 to shoot. Dunkel in trouble. And Harchis bails him out. The foul on the baseline with 3 seconds to shoot. So for Maya, that's her second. She's got 2 and Taraklis is 2. And they get a fresh 20. Mount Union does with the foul. Huda could triple it out top. This is Reese with the basketball. And shot was stripped by Sarah Mitchell.
And they're going to give her the ball back, I believe. Oh, no. They're going to change it now. Initial call, it looked like they were going to give the Spartans the ball. And then they're going to say it came off of Mitchell's fingertips last.
Lily Sweeney. Actually, that's Hudick with the basketball, and it's Sarah Mitchell with the rebound. Mitchell down the floor. This is Taraklis. Beautiful feed from Sarah Mitchell. That's what I'm talking about. She has played an all-around game. Taraklis has 9. And Mount Union wants a timeout. They're going to get it. Susie Vennett, their veteran head basketball coach, will call the timeout. 6:10 left to play, third quarter. Spartans up 14. It's 44-30. Ranyance Sarzucci along with you from Horsburgh Gymnasium. The public address announcer you hear in the background, Michael Callahan. Lily Sweeney with the basketball. Now it's Allie Hudick. Hudick lob inside. Taraklis and Montgomery with real good defense, but Brooklyn Mosier is having a night to remember. She's got 12. She's been outstanding. Came into the game early after one of her teammates, Michaela Dunkel, got into big foul trouble. Plachtek clears it out. Good ball movement. 3 is short by Jordan Call. Haley Haywood. Now this is Hudick with it for Mount Union. Mount finished the first half on an 8-1 run to close the 16-point lead to 9. And that three ball by Sierra Schlosser has cut the lead to 9 again.
And you can kind of feel that momentum shifting in their favor, and they nearly got a huge turnover there. And if they can get one away from the Spartans and then convert points off of it, suddenly we've got a whole new ball game.
Margaret Terry will inbound it. This is Chiraklus. Want to let everybody know, if you're just tuning in, Morgan McAuliffe went down with a right ankle injury. She's in a boot right now. And that's an air ball. Chiraklus tried to keep it alive. Biz Watson shot it. McAuliffe is out. She's in a boot, right ankle. Evie Miller's out. She's in a boot, right foot. Maya Roberts is out. She's fighting. She's just not feeling well. She's under the weather. Good ball moving. That one rolls in. Haley Haywood gets the bucket. She's got 4.
Huge play if they can get a trap here in the corner.
And they did.
That's not a play we see often from Margaret Terry for the Spartans.
Yeah, and she's the veteran guard. Coach Reimer wants the timeout. Her team needs it. Mount Union's on a 7-0 run. It was 44-30 with 6:10 left in the third. Now less than 2 minutes later, it's a 7-0 spurt. And the Purple Raiders are down only 7. So our Coach Reimer calling that timeout just to settle her team down, I got to believe.
Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned just before that break, the momentum has shifted in the 7-0 run, and the Spartans really need to make a play, especially defensively, and they got it right there. Sarah Mitchell.
Yeah, what a night. I mean, a little bit of everything from the senior, Mitchell.
And that's not the typical way you would get it, is forcing a travel. It's not one of the ways you could have predicted. I can't imagine that's what Coach Reimer said in the huddle. But Sarah Mitchell doing everything she can for the team, both offensively and defensively. I'm surprised she didn't take that.
Margaret Terry. 35 is Biz Watson, first-year player. This is her first action tonight. 5 to shoot. Jordan Call. Jordan's going to make one of those. Good steal by Sarah Mitchell. Mitchell's everywhere.
Yeah, it looked like a free safety coming up on that, just stepping right in front of that throw. Perfectly timed break.
High screen for Mitchell. Rolling out of it is Watson.
The Spartans could use a 3. They're 0 for 4.
They'll use anything, right? Get anything right now. They're on another drought. They ended the first half on a drought, and here midway through the third quarter, it's drought part 2. In the meantime, Allie Hudick and her Purple Raider teammates have made this a 4-point game. And the Spartans just turned it over. Wow, what a Jekyll and Hyde team we are witnessing right now.
And again, after we were praising the Spartans for that first quarter that they had, they were 69% from the field. And then you mentioned, Ron, going those 2 droughts. Now they haven't scored in over 4 minutes here in the third quarter.
And Mount Union's on a 10-0 run. Purple Raiders are feeling it right now.
The Spartans need a huge play.
And a foul inside on the first-year player, Biz Watson. business first. You know, right now you're just trying to survive the storm. Trying to come out on the other side of that big wave, still breathing.
And remember, for the Spartans, they were up 16 at one point, and this is incredible resilience from this young Purple Raiders team.
Pass inside, good drop step move. That was Mosier. Ball still alive, and Hotchkiss comes out with it.
They need a play.
Maya Hotchkiss with it. Boy, they need a bucket. Plachta had been so good in the first half, and Emily's going to shoot free throws. I think she landed weird on her ankle, too. She's messing with it a little bit. She's already got a small brace on that right ankle. She went up and came down a little bit odd. So Emily Plachta is at the foul line, where she's 2 of 2 tonight. She had 11 points in the opening half, and looking for her first point here in the second.
You know, Ron, if I'm the Spartans, I get another possession offensively in Mount Union, especially if they come off and they score here their next possession. I want to think about getting the ball to Sarah Mitchell. She's got 10 points, and she's just in a rhythm. She's in the kind of rhythm in this game that, you know, you can't really draw up.
Well, those are big buckets from Emily Plachta. They'll take them any way they can get them right now. That finishes or stops, at least for the moment, a 10-0 run by Mount Union. The first bucket or 2 free throws, points in any way for Case Western in a long time. And there's a 5-second call.
Yeah. That's beautiful defense there on the full court. We've seen it a couple times so far for the Spartans, and that's the situation that they need it. And if they can take the momentum back, we can swing this back in the Spartans' favor, as we saw in that first quarter.
Mitchell will inbound it, and Sarah gets it right back. Kate out top, Montgomery to Mitchell. Montgomery left hand, and that shot did not have a chance. The other way, it's Mason, and Elizabeth went all the way with it and would not fall.
From the Spartans, I think about slowing the pace of this game down a little bit. Go back to those plays that work inside and get us to the free throw line.
Good ball movement. Hartjes with a wide open look, and Maya hits her first basket of the night. 49-40. Spartans with a 9-point lead. Double down defense inside by 2 first-year players and tying them up. That was Mosher who had it, and Watson and Hartjes tied her up.
Spartans are going to get it off the possession arrow too, and that's a huge play. You know, just a few moments ago, we were talking about Mount Union potentially stealing the lead, but the Spartans have done a beautiful job pushing that back up to 9. Another bucket here, and they get a little bit more comfortable like they were earlier in this half.
Maya Hartjes will dribble it up. Hartjes from the University School of Milwaukee. Grew up in Grafton, Wisconsin. She knows cold weather. The day here today in northeastern Ohio is nothing to her. Hartjes with the basketball. Shot clock's at 5. Got to find a teammate. Kate Montgomery steps into a 3. Missed it, but how about that? Kayla Chiraklis is there for the rebound. She had 6 rebounds at the half, and Mount Union wants a timeout. So it's 51-40 Spartans. It was 44-40 2 minutes ago. It was 44-30 5 minutes ago. It has been a run of spurts here in the third quarter. We've got 64 seconds left in it, and we'll be back. Minute 4 left to play in this third quarter from Horsburgh Gymnasium. We are inside the Veal Athletic Center on the campus of Case Western Reserve University. Dunkel with it. Michaela, strong drive. Nice shot. Missed. And Chiraklus with her 8th rebound. Michaela's having a real good night. 11 points, 8 rebounds. Playing good defense. Looking for Mitchell to cut back door. Sarah did. They'll go to Montgomery instead. Ball kept alive by Kate, and Kayla Chiraklus has her 13th point. Boy, credit Kate Montgomery for keeping that play alive. Chiraklus and Mitchell doubling up inside. This is Norris out top, or Nash rather. Day Nash with the feed. Mason draws the defense. Hudick will shoot it, and Allie Hudick can knock it down. She's got 2 threes here in the 3rd quarter. She's got 6.
And I'm not sure Hart just knew the situation there. The clock was running down. Took a break at mid-court there, but either way, it's going to be a 10-point lead for the Spartans. Mount Union nearly took the lead. A crazy 3rd quarter.
It was 44-40 on a 10-0 run by Mount Union. The Spartans ended the 3rd with a 9-0 spurt before Hudick hit that 3. And Case Western goes into the final 10 minutes with a 10-point lead. It's 53-43. We'll be back. Heading into the final 10 minutes here, 4th and final quarter from Horsburgh Gymnasium. It's Case Western Reserve University with a 10-point lead. It's 53-43 over Mount Union. My partner Sarzucci been monitoring the outstanding night of Sarah Mitchell. Sar, the stats are in. Tell us about them.
Yeah, she's got 10 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and she's got a steal as well, doing it in every phase of the game, really. She's on fire right now.
Nash with the floater, won't go. Mitchell keeps it alive, gets the rebound on the floor, and on cue. I hope somebody from Lone Tree, Colorado is watching tonight in Sarah's family, because she's having a great basketball game. This is Chiraklus at the foul line. Mitchell, strong left hand, draws the defense. Plachta to shoot it. Montgomery had it, lost it, and here comes Mount Union. Elizabeth Mason. And Mitchell's going to get called for the foul. For Sarah, that will be her 2nd.
Yeah, the other thing that she's done that won't show up on the stat sheet is she's forced a couple turnovers, forced bad passes. We saw her forced to travel in that 3rd quarter as well.
Kate Montgomery's going to take a seat, and coming back in is the first-year 5'11 forward Biz Watson. Watson playing because Morgan McAuliffe injured her right ankle in the 2nd quarter, and she was in a lot of pain. Don't have an update, but I know she's in a boot. Lefty with the 3, left it long, and Plachta came down with a rebound.
Another thing for Mount Union, Mosier in that 3rd quarter had just 2 points after scoring 10 in the first half. She hasn't been involved in a lot of these offensive plays. I imagine they're going to have to try and get it back to her.
Kayla, strong drive, faked it right, dribbled left, and used the glass in her favor. Kayla Chiraklus has 15 points.
Yeah, she's got a pretty nice stat line, too. She's got 9 rebounds, including 3 offensive. She's got a block and a steal as well.
Back to Mosier, Chiraklus with the block.
Make that
Arches down the floor. Sarah Mitchell up and in. Boy, nice feed. It went Chiraklus, Harches, Mitchell, and Sarah finished.
And another turnover. These are big plays now for the Spartans. We saw them nearly give up the lead in the third quarter, but they responded. And if they can continue to extend this, they'll get right back to where they were in the first half. It'll be a great way to finish off this home matchup for them.
Jordan Call has checked back in. Call had 4 points in the opening half. She wears number 11. This is Mitchell with the basketball, and they're going to call a player control foul on Sarah Mitchell. Happened right in front of us. They said Sarah led with the forearm. And for Sarah, that's her third foul.
That's a tough call, and I don't know if there was much to drive, but maybe just enough.
Yeah, I think that's, well. So Triplett will inbound it. And she'll get it off to her teammate, Day Nash. Day Nash with the quick first step.
Yeah, beautiful touch on that shot, getting there right before Mitchell got to her.
Nash with 10, 57-45. Spartans with a 12-point lead, full court press. Nash with the steal. Nash and Haywood on that far left wing. Mount Union does not go away.
No, they've fought every possession in this one, too. They're going to continue to go all the way to that last whistle.
And a feed inside doesn't work out. Schlosser tried to get it into Mosier, and Spartans are going to have the basketball. Full court press. They have had some success. Mount Union with it. And reaching in and drawing a foul will be Brooklyn Mosier. That is Brooklyn's first. As Sar pointed out, she had a great first half, 10 points, has been held to just 2 here in the second half. Mosier, a freshman.
And 1 point away from her career high, 13 in their opener against Geneva.
Biz Watson looking for somebody, finds Jordan Call with it. Watson and Call out top. This is Mitchell, left baseline. And drew the foul from Day Nash. So Sarah Mitchell will shoot free throws. Kate Montgomery back in, Margaret Terry back in for the Spartans. Shiraklis and Plachta will take a seat. Back in for Mount Union, Lily Sweeney. And Day Nash will take a seat. Nash is out with 10 points. This is Sarah Mitchell stepping to the foul line. Believe it or not, that is Sarah's first free throw of the night. She has done everything tonight but shoot a free throw. And now we can add that to the list.
And 2 for 2 would be big for her here.
Makes them both. Mitchell, an 86% free throw shooter. Leads back to 14. 7:12 left. Spartans with a 59-45.
We saw how quickly Mount Union closed their lead in the third quarter. The game certainly.
Sorry, there I am again.
Yeah, I know. I saw your ball skills
You
second
know,
time tonight.
I feel like I should put a jersey on or something. I do not have a turnover tonight. I have 2 assists and no turnovers.
We'll get you in the scoring department.
I should be in the box score. Triplett looking for a teammate. Reese is going to get it back. Shot clock's at 3. She's going to have to shoot it. Lobs it in. Mosier gets it off, and I think it was partially blocked by Margaret Terry.
Terry looked like she got a finger on that. She came flying in there out of nowhere. And that's a good job by her, just understanding the situation, knowing that a shot has to come off there, and then staying off the body, not getting a foul.
Mitchell going to bring it up. Sarah with the strong left hand, pressured at half court, ball's on the ground, and Mosier comes up with it.
Haywood poked it away from her.
Haley Haywood, a nice job on defense. There's the cutter in the lane, and it's a layup for Sierra Schlosser. She's got 10.
This is what we're talking about, a couple plays like that, and that's how Mount Union got back in it in the third quarter. They need a couple more, and they'll be in a good position.
Call to Mitchell. Mitchell to Montgomery, and it went off of Kate's shin. Well, that was a nice little break. It went Terry to Call to Mitchell to Montgomery.
And that's the 6th turnover tonight by Montgomery. Surprising from her, not a player who's usually in that department, but just an off night, sometimes that happens.
I just wonder that time if Sarah should have just shot it. Yeah. She was in the lane, I think, with an open look, just finished that herself.
Just with the rhythm she's in, she's 5 for 5 from the field. I'm almost surprised she didn't. You know, sometimes when you're having the night that Sarah Mitchell is, you just start to feel it, and you just feel like you can shoot from anywhere on the floor. You feel like you can do anything on defense. She's certainly taking advantage of it when she gets the opportunity.
Friday night, a couple of nights away, on December 1st, we'll be back here in Horsburgh Gymnasium as the women host Kenyon College. That's a 7 o'clock tip. So start your weekend with a little women's college basketball. Spartans trying to get their 4th win tonight. They are 3-3 heading into this game. Mount Union 3-1. They started their year with 3 straight wins. They lost to Oberlin College in their last outing. We've got 6 minutes and 6 seconds to get back into this basketball game. Purple Raiders down 12. Biz Watson with some nice defense out top. Shot clock's at 7. Catch, shoot, that's Mosier, top of the key, and it won't go. That's an air ball from Brooklyn.
Yeah, but when you've been out of the offensive attack as long as she has now in this second half, you start to lose the rhythm that you built up at the beginning of the game, and I think that's just an example of that play there.
Hartjes will dribble it up. Montgomery with it, kicks, good ball movement. This is Call. Now it's Jordan again with it, going to try to save it. And she does. Kate Montgomery at the foul line. Boy, the passing had been real good up until that point. I was just about ready to say, what a clinic.
Might be a case of that announcer jinx right there.
Well, Mount Union continues to just rotate players.
Even at this stage of the game, but they got Day Nash back on the floor. She's been their top scorer tonight, 10 points.
They've played 10 tonight. And the Spartans have played 11.
Certainly doesn't feel like that.
Ten-point game. As I said, Purple Raiders just don't go away. 5 minutes left.
That's a lot of time the way this game has gone. It could be a run for either team here that could shift the game entirely. That's what we've seen all second half.
And that's just a not good pass. Here comes Mount the other way quickly. Kate Montgomery with a block. Beautiful spin on the dribble by Elizabeth Mason, but credit Kate Montgomery for trailing the play.
That's
and
big.
Keeping the Purple Raiders out of the bucket.
And it's her 3rd block of the night as well. That's a big presence down in the paint. They could use a couple more of those from her, especially as Mount Union tries to mount this comeback.
Hartjes, Maya with a steal. She's going to control and lose it, try to get it back. Here comes Mount Union. Mason to Nash. Day. Boy, that 3 would have brought her teammates up off the bench. Shot it right in front of her teammates. And that would have cut the lead to 7 with 4.5 minutes to go.
They've still got time, but you're right, Ron. That would have been a huge play at that stage. It would have brought the momentum right back onto their side.
Mitchell on a cut. Beautiful pass from Chiraklus. Sarah Mitchell's got 16 points. And the Purple Raiders have called a timeout. It's a full 61-49. Case Western over Mount Union. 4:05 left to play from Horsburgh Gymnasium. We'll be back. Ron Janssen, Sarzucci along with you from Horsburgh tonight. We've got 4:05 left to play in a very good basketball game. Spartans up 12, 61-49. Mount Union. This is Nash. Day is going to shoot free throws. Boy, her quickness is tough to top. Montgomery thought she had the clean block. She did clean, but she got her with the body.
Yeah, it's going to be just enough, especially you mentioned with that quickness. It's hard to stay off. Day Nash does a nice job taking that one step in towards the defender and then fading away. So you get a little bit of the benefit of the doubt.
Day Nash with 13 points. 7 in the first half, 6 here in the second. Chiraklus will chase down that loose free throw. Comes Hartjes with it. Maya Hartjes taking care of the basketball for her head coach, Jennifer Reimer. Reimer, a point guard at Lycoming College in her playing days. This is Mitchell. Sarah in trouble, and the Spartans will keep it. Boy, they're swarming on Sarah Mitchell right now. Every time she gets the basketball, they are on top of her.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. She's got 14 points and 6 assists on the night. You got to get her off the ball if you're Mount Union. That's your best chance playing defense right now.
3:35 left in this one. Spartans trying to win their 4th game. 3-3 coming into tonight. Mount Union 3-1. Hartjes out top. That's Plakta. Left it long as the shot clock hit 0, but Kate Montgomery with a hustle rebound.
Yeah, that's timely. They needed that. And the biggest thing they can do is run the clock here.
And the buzzer just won't stop. It's like, you know, you don't want to get up in the morning and it just keeps ringing. You keep hitting the snooze and it keeps ringing. They got it to stop. Boy, that was like a morning nightmare moment for me right there. Sorry, you don't use an alarm clock, do you?
You know, it depends on the day.
Uh-huh.
I did get up to an alarm this morning, I will say, but I'm pretty good about it. I would say 50-50.
Plakta with the basketball. Shot clock's inside 10. It's at 6 seconds. Hartjes with it. Maya off the glass, missed it. And here comes Hudik with it the other way. Allie, strong dribble. Allie's going to shoot it, and she's going to make it. Allie Hudik from Lake Catholic High School in Menor has 8 points all in the second half. Her team within 9, 2:45 to play. Trust me, this one's not over.
Yeah, one defensive stop from Mount Union here, and suddenly they've got some life.
Mitchell faces the double, and with a kick is Michaela Dunkel.
You can see that as soon as Mitchell got on the ball, 2 defenders go straight beeline to her. That's what we were talking about just a few moments ago. They've got to get her off the ball, and they'll let anybody else shoot at this point.
Hartjes. Plakta controls it. Emily right into the defense. That was a bulldozer in the middle of a construction site. And Emily's going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, needed that. Nearly got the big steal, but then get bailed out, get the foul called that they needed. They need a bucket here. Give me about under 2 minutes by the time they get it off.
I love the look on Emily's face. She is a competitor. Looking for the block. Plakta and Chiraklus doing a real nice job. The Spartans have done an unbelievable job on Reese Triplett tonight. She came into this game leading the team in scoring, averaging 14 points per game, and she's got no points.
Yeah, you're right. She's 0 for 5 from the field. 0 for 8, rather. 0 for 5 from 3. Just have completely neutralized her. We haven't even, feel like I haven't called her name a whole lot tonight at all.
Purple Raider timeout. It's a full. There's 1:48 left in this one. Spartans up 9, 61-52. Maya Hartjes will take it out right in front of her head coach, Jennifer Reimer. Reimer in her 17th year, leading the Case women's program, the all-time winningest coach in the history of women's basketball here at Case Western Reserve. This is Chiraklus, Plakta, and Hartjes. Maya will catch, shoot. Oh! That looks good from the release. Chiraklus almost chased it down. And Coach Reimer wants a review.
Yeah, and it looked like Kayla Chiraklus went over to Coach and said, hey, I think that's our ball. And I think Coach Reimer just has that trust in her. She's going to listen to her and take that review when she can. You can see Kayla looked like she was telling Coach that she swiped through the ball. It looked like is what she was saying.
So they'll review it, and this will give us a moment to talk about kind of a unique opportunity this year, this December, for the Spartan women. Just before Christmas, they'll head to San Juan, Puerto Rico to play in the D3 December Classico. And they'll play Emmanuel College out of Massachusetts. They'll play Norwich University. They'll play on December 20th and the 21st. I tried, and I failed, but I tried, Sar, to get Coach Reimer to take her broadcast team with her.
Yeah, would have been a nice trip.
I mean, it would have been a nice trip for you and I. San Juan, Puerto Rico in the third week of December. Well, there's another great dribble drive by Day Nash. Nash has got 15. 7-point game. Here's a steal. Could cut to 5, and it does. It could cut to 4. And just like that, on a Hudick hoop, Allie's got 10. She'll look for 11.
And that 1:10 on the clock feels like a lot more right now.
61-56. As Sar said, 70 seconds left.
This is a big play, this free throw.
It is a 8-2 run right now over the last 4 minutes for Mount Union.
And now they're going to play defense, too. No full court press this time.
Mitchell, boy, if I'm Case Western Reserve, I put the ball in the hands of Sarah Mitchell.
And I agree with you.
As much as possible right now. Mitchell, the senior's got it. Plakta going to bring it back to Sarah. Shot clock's at 5. This is Chiraklus off a nice feed, and Kayla's going to shoot free throws. Mitchell found her. Day Nash had nothing else to do but foul Chiraklus, make her earn the points at the free throw line. Plus, it stops the clock with 43 seconds left. So for Day, that's her second. And Chiraklus is back at the foul line where she was 3 of 4 in the opening half. She's got 15 points.
Yeah, Ron, and if I'm the Spartans, if I can't get the ball to Sarah Mitchell, this is the next best player I want on right now. As you mentioned, 3 for 4, but she's also 6 for 7 from the field.
Kayla misses them both.
That's not common for her.
Wow. 40 seconds. Nash checked the clock. Day with the basketball. Double high screen.
They got some time, but they got to go.
Lob inside. Dunkel with position. Michaela missed the shot. Had what she wanted, just couldn't knock it down.
They got a foul now. Shot clock's off.
Hartjes dribbling the ball. Triplet and Dunkel chasing her, and they get her at half court. And foul's going to go against Michaela Dunkel. Boy, she had the shot she wanted. It was right there.
Do you think that's a result of, she fouled twice in that first minute and a half or so, hasn't been in the game a whole lot, has kind of been in and out of her normal rotation, and you think that maybe just not in the shooting rhythm that she normally is in that play?
Well, the Spartans 0 for 3 in their last 3 free throws, and making it interesting. So Case will move everybody back for defense right now. Wow, 0 for 4.
Yeah, very rare for this team. Usually a great free throw shooting team.
Nash, double high screen again. Day right at the basket. She'll shoot 2 free throws. Chiraklus just standing there with her arms up in the air wondering, what do I have to do?
It's a similar play to what Nash did to Montgomery on the earlier play from her right-hand side. This time coming into Chiraklus. Again, it's the idea you want to step on the defender's toes, get as close as possible to them, then fade away at the last second. It usually draws a push, and sometimes you get fouls that you might not get otherwise.
Nash, the junior.
She struggled at the free throw line early in the game, has picked it up, and this is a big one.
3 of 7. Makes them both under pressure. She's got 17 points. It's a 2-point Case Western lead with 12.7 seconds left.
And if you're Mount Union, I imagine they're going to go back to that full court press. If they can get a 5-second, if they can get something quick and get their hands on a ball, this might be going back the other way. I know there's not a lot of time, but I think you take that risk and play it. But at the same time, 0 for 4 in their last 4 free throws, you might think about sending someone to the line if you can.
So, Sar, here's the depth of this run right now for Mount Union. Case Western Reserve led 59-45 with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the quarter. Now with 12.7 seconds left, Spartans lead 61-59. It's a 14-2 run by Mount Union over a stretch of 7 minutes. From 7:12 to 12 seconds, 7-minute stretch, 14-2 run by Mount Union.
It's the third time tonight we've seen this long scoring drought for the Spartans, and it might just come back to bite them if they can't turn one in here.
So guarding the inbound will be a 5'10" Megan Pallarino.
You got a foul, yep.
And Mitchell's going to shoot the free throw. So here's the player that I said a couple of minutes ago, you got to put the ball in her hands.
Yeah.
So let's see if Sarah makes me a profit. No pressure, Sarah, but your teammates need these hoops.
Yeah, she's 6 for 6 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. Makes 2 here, and that all but ends the game, you would think. Well, we've had some crazy things happen.
Steady senior. It's icy outside. She's got ice in her veins right now. She has been unbreakable. Mitchell's got 18. I've called Sarah's games for 4 years. This might be the best game. I mean, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's a career-high scoring for her with 16.
Long 3. Chiraklus with the rebound. Tried to get it back. Triplett stole it, but that's it. And the Spartans survive. Everybody can exhale if you're a Case Western Reserve fan. 63-59. Case Western Reserve over Mount Union.
What a phenomenal game. We've called a lot of games over the past couple of years, Ron, but this might be one of the best ones we've seen. 2 good teams going at it and just playing until that final whistle, as you mentioned. Mount Union did not go away despite being down by as much as 16 and then a couple other deficits that they came back from and erased. But overall, the Spartans played a nice game and had some nice performances. We talked about Sarah Mitchell, but Kayla Chiraklus as well, and Emily Plachta really coming through for their team.
So Spartans win by 4, and it went right down to the final few seconds. Mount Union drops to 3-2 on the season. Case Western Reserve improves to 4-3. They will be back here, the Spartans, hosting again on Friday night. And Sar and I will be here too when the Lords of Kenyon College come to Horsburgh Gymnasium. Sar, any final thoughts before we say goodnight?
Huge win for the Spartans. Their first home win of the season. They'll try to add to it on Friday night. Should be a good one then, too.
We'll look forward to it. Have a great night, everybody. If you're in northeastern Ohio, stay warm. If you're not, thanks for watching. We'll see you on Friday.